Welcome back to channel Old Glory coin collectors and treasure hunters. Have you ever looked at your spare change and wondered if you're holding a fortune in your hands? Well, today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of dimes, specifically, the 1982 D. Roosevelt dime. Could this tiny piece of metal be worth a staggering $700,000? Let's find out. Before we get into the specific details of the 1982 D dime, let's take a brief trip down memory lane. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, replacing the Mercury dime. This was done to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, whose efforts in fighting polio led to the founding of the March of Dimes. The design, created by John R. Sinek, features Roosevelt's profile on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. Now, let's talk about the 1982 D. Roosevelt dime. The D mint mark signifies that this coin was minted in Denver. Millions of these dimes were produced that year, making it a relatively common coin in circulation. So, what makes one of these dimes worth a jaw-dropping $700,000? Like many valuable coins, the secret lies in errors. In rare cases, the 1982 D. Roosevelt dime was struck on a rare and unusual planchet, meaning the metal composition was incorrect. Sometimes, errors like missing mint marks, double strikes, or off-metal planchets can cause a coin's value to skyrocket. One such error dime made headlines when it was discovered to be struck on a planchet meant for a different denomination. Because of its extreme rarity, this single 1982 D dime was valued at an unbelievable $700,000. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare 1982 D dimes? Here are some key things to check: weight and metal composition. A normal 1982 D dime weighs about 2.27 grams and is made of a copper-nickel clad composition. If your dime has a different weight or metallic properties, it could be an error coin, off-metal strikes. Sometimes, coins are accidentally struck on the wrong planchet. If your dime has an unusual color or doesn't look like other dimes, it could be a rare find. Double strikes and misaligned dies. Check for doubling in letters, numbers, or Roosevelt's profile. These errors can increase a coin's value dramatically. Missing mint marks. Although most 1982 D dimes will have the D mint mark, certain rare specimens exist without it, which can make them highly collectible. So, how did a single 1982 D Roosevelt dime sell for such an insane amount? A few years ago, an extremely rare error coin, struck on the wrong planchet and in pristine condition, was auctioned off for a mind-blowing $700,000. Collectors and numismatists went crazy over this discovery, proving once again that even the smallest coins can hold big surprises. If you want to find rare coins like this, the best place to start is your own pocket change. Here's what you can do: check your dimes carefully, don't just spend them without a second glance, use a magnifying glass or microscope. Some errors are tiny but worth big money. Get a scale. Weighing your coins can help identify wrong planchets. Visit a coin dealer or grading service. If you think you have a rare coin, experts can verify its authenticity and value. And there you have it, folks. A 1982 D. Roosevelt dime that sold for a record-breaking $700,000. Could there be more out there waiting to be discovered? Maybe you have one in your pocket right now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a future coin collecting adventure. Who knows? The next big discovery could be yours. Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that a simple, everyday dime, yes, the very coin you probably have in your pocket, could be worth a life-changing fortune? Imagine finding a single Roosevelt dime from 1984 and realizing it's worth an astounding $477,000. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the history, rarity, and shocking value of this extraordinary coin. First, let's take a quick look at the Roosevelt dime itself. This iconic coin was introduced in 1946, shortly after the passing of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. It was designed to honor the 32nd President of the United States, who led the country through the Great Depression and most of World War II. The dime was chosen to bear his likeness as a tribute to his fight against polio and his association with the March of Dimes charity. Originally made from 90% silver, the Roosevelt dime underwent a major composition change in 1965 due to the rising cost of silver. Since then, all dimes have been made from a copper-nickel-clad composition. But within these millions of coins produced each year, some rare and valuable errors have slipped through the cracks, like the legendary 1984 P dime we're talking about today. So, what exactly makes the 1984 P Roosevelt dime so valuable? After all, the U.S. Mint struck millions of these coins in Philadelphia, so why is one of them worth nearly $500,000? The answer lies in a rare and mysterious minting error. Experts believe this particular 1984 P dime features an ultra-rare misprint or die error that makes it stand out from the rest. While the exact specifics of the error remain debated among numismatists, the unique characteristics of this dime have made it a true collector's treasure. Coins with rare errors, especially those in pristine condition, can fetch jaw-dropping prices at auctions. Alright, let's talk numbers. Recently, an extremely rare 1984 P Roosevelt dime was sold at auction for an astonishing $477,000. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $500,000 for a single 10-cent coin. But how can a dime reach such an insane price tag? The value of a coin depends on several factors: rarity, condition, and demand among collectors. The $477,000 dime was in near-perfect mint state condition, graded at MS 67 or higher. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. And when you combine a rare mint error with an outstanding condition, the price skyrockets. Now, here's where things get really exciting. What if you have a valuable 1984 P Roosevelt dime hiding in your pocket change or coin jar? Here's how you can check the date and mint mark. Make sure it says 1984 with a small P mint mark, indicating it was minted in Philadelphia. Inspect the coin for unusual errors. Look for double strikes, missing elements, or any strange features. Assess the condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. If your coin looks nearly flawless, it could be worth a small fortune. Get it professionally graded. If you think you have something special, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. Remember, not every 1984 P dime is worth hundreds of thousands, but it's always worth checking. Who knows? You might just be sitting on a hidden gold mine. So there you have it, the incredible story of the 1984 P Roosevelt dime that sold for an unbelievable $477,000. Now it's your turn. Go check your pocket change, search through old piggy banks, and spread the word. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more exciting coin discoveries. Until next time, happy hunting. Could be worth a staggering $47,000? That's right. Buried in your pocket change or old coin collection might be a 1987 D Roosevelt dime so rare and valuable that it could change your life. But how do you know if you have the one? Stay with me as we uncover the mystery behind this coin and its shocking value. Before we dive into the mind-blowing value of this coin, let's talk about its history. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. It was created as a tribute to the 32nd President of the United States, who played a major role in leading the country through the Great Depression and World War II. His impact was so monumental that the U.S. government honored him with a coin that has been in circulation for over 75 years. The U.S. Mint began producing Roosevelt dimes at several locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But the 1987 Denver D. Mint dime holds a shocking secret, a secret that could make it worth an incredible $47,000. So, what makes this particular dime so valuable? Well, not all 1987 D Roosevelt dimes are worth thousands. only certain rare errors and special varieties make the cut. Let's break it down. The D on the coin stands for Denver Mint, one of the main facilities that produced Roosevelt dimes. In 1987, millions of these dimes were made, but only a handful contained the rare error that skyrocketed their value. This is where things get crazy. Some 1987 D dimes were struck with an extraordinary double die error or off-center strike, making them incredibly rare. Even more shocking, some were mistakenly made with a silver planchet instead of copper nickel. These coins were never meant to exist, but a few slipped through quality control and ended up in circulation. Even if you have an error dime, the value depends on its condition. A perfect MS67 Plus or MS68 grade, meaning it's in nearly flawless condition, can make all the difference between a common dime and a $47,000 jackpot. Now, here's what you need to do. Grab your 1987 D Roosevelt dimes and check for these key features. Check the mint mark, look for the small d under the date. No mint mark? It's from Philadelphia and not the rare one. Inspect for errors, look for doubling on letters or numbers, an off-center strike, or unusual metal color. Test the metal. If your dime looks more silver than usual, it might have been mistakenly struck on a silver planchet. Cha-ching. Condition matters, the cleaner and shinier the coin, the better. Send it for professional grading if you think you found a rare one, but here's where things get really crazy. One of these ultra-rare 1987 D Roosevelt dimes sold for an eye-popping $47,000 at a major coin auction. Why? Because it was in pristine condition and featured one of the rarest minting errors ever found. Imagine finding a tiny 10-cent piece in your pocket and turning it into a life-changing amount of money. That's exactly what happened to the lucky collector who owned this rare dime. Now, the big question is, do you have one of these rare dimes? Check your coin jars, old wallets, and piggy banks. You might be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. Don't let this opportunity slip away. If you think you have a rare 1987 D Roosevelt dime, get it authenticated by PCGS or NGC, and who knows, you could be the next big winner. Like and subscribe if you love discovering rare coins. Share this video with friends and family, they might be sitting on a fortune too. Comment below if you've ever found a rare coin in your pocket change. Keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows, you might just find the next $47,000 dime. Today, we have an absolutely insane discovery to talk about. Imagine having a simple 2000 P Roosevelt dime in your pocket right now, and it turns out to be worth a staggering $160,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single dime, just 10 cents, but with a jaw-dropping value. Stick around because I'll break down why this coin is so valuable, how to identify it, and how you might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Let's get started. Before we dive into what makes this dime so special, let's take a quick look at its history. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946, replacing the Mercury dime. It was designed by John R. Sinek and features a left-facing portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who played a crucial role in founding the March of Dimes to combat polio. Since then, the Roosevelt dime has been one of the most commonly circulated coins in the U.S. But here's the kicker, some specific dimes, like the 2000 P Roosevelt dime, can be worth a life-changing amount of money due to rare mint errors. And that's what we're talking about today. So, what exactly makes the 2000 P Roosevelt dime worth an eye-watering $160,000? Well, it's all about a super rare mint error. In this particular case, we are looking at a dime that was struck on a foreign planchet, meaning it was accidentally struck on the wrong type of metal, making it completely different from regular dimes. This error was discovered by a lucky collector who couldn't believe their eyes when they realized what they had. Here are the key features of the $160,000 dime, Philadelphia Mint, P mint mark. Look for the tiny P right above the date 2000 on the obverse head side. Wrong metal composition. Instead of the usual 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, this error coin was mistakenly struck on a foreign silver-like planchet, giving it a unique look. Weight difference: a standard dime weighs 2.27 grams, but this rare error coin has a slightly different weight, making it easy to spot. Misaligned strike: some of these error dimes have an off-center strike or a double die effect, adding to their rarity. Distinctive sound: if you drop a normal dime and this error dime on a hard surface, they will sound completely different due to their metal composition. Alright, now here's the fun part. How do you check if you have this incredibly valuable dime hiding in your change? It's easier than you think. Just follow these simple steps. Look for the P mint mark, flip the coin over and check for the small letter P above the year 2000. Weigh your coin, use a precise digital scale. If the weight is off from the standard 2.27 grams, you might have something special. Examine the edge: a normal dime has a reeded edge, those tiny grooves along the side. If yours is smooth or looks different, it could be an error coin. Check the color and luster. If your dime looks silvery or different from others, that's a sign it could be struck on the wrong planchet. Use a magnifying glass. Look closely at the details. Double dies, misalignment, and off-metal strikes can all make it more valuable. If your dime matches these characteristics, then congratulations. You might just have a $160,000 coin. So, let's say you find one of these rare dimes. What do you do next? Well, you don't just sell it to anyone. You need to get it professionally graded by companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. A certified, high-grade error dime can fetch top dollar at major coin auctions, and collectors are always on the hunt for these rarities. Some of the best places to sell include Heritage Auctions, one of the most trusted names in rare coin auctions. eBay and online collectors forums. If you prefer to sell directly to collectors, local coin shops and coin shows, check with reputable dealers in your area. Make sure you get a fair appraisal and don't rush into selling. It could mean the difference between thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars. There you have it, folks. A 2000 P Roosevelt dime that could be hiding in your pocket, your piggy bank, or even your couch cushions, worth an astonishing $160,000. This just goes to show that checking your spare change could lead to a life-changing discovery. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more awesome coin and treasure hunting content, and drop a comment below if you think you might have found a rare dime. Who knows, you could be sitting on a hidden fortune. Holding a tiny fortune in your hands without even realizing it. A simple Roosevelt dime from 2001, yes, just one dime, could be worth an astonishing $90,000. But why is this little coin so valuable? What makes it special? And most importantly, how can you find one? Stick around because today, we are uncovering the secrets of the 2001 P Roosevelt dime that collectors are willing to pay big bucks for. Let's dive in. Before we reveal why this 2001 P Roosevelt dime is worth $90,000, let's take a quick look at the history of the Roosevelt dime itself. The dime we use today was first introduced in 1946, right after World War II, to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt. FDR played a key role in fighting polio, and because of his work with the March of Dimes charity, it was only fitting that his face appeared on this small but powerful coin. Since 1946, the United States Mint has produced Roosevelt dimes every year, but not all dimes are created equal. Some have rare errors or unique features that make them extremely valuable, and that's exactly what happened with the 2001 P dime. Okay, so what makes this specific dime from 2001 so special? The answer lies in a rare minting error that occurred at the Philadelphia Mint. That's the P on the coin. Normally, dimes are made from a clad composition of copper and nickel. However, a small batch of these 2001 P dimes was accidentally struck on the wrong planchet, meaning the metal disc used to make the coin was not the usual one for dimes. Instead, these rare dimes were struck on a foreign planchet or possibly even a misused proof coin blank, which drastically changed their weight, composition, and overall look. This mistake was never supposed to leave the US Mint, but somehow, a few of them slipped into circulation. Now, let's get to the most important part. How can you tell if your 2001 P. Roosevelt dime is the rare one worth $90,000? Mint mark P. This valuable dime must have a P mint mark under the year 2001 on the front of the coin. Wrong planchet error, this is the biggest giveaway. The valuable dimes were struck on different metal blanks, so their color, weight, and edges may look unusual. Some may even appear slightly thicker or thinner than a regular dime. Weak or missing features, because of the minting mistake, some areas of the design might be blurred or missing. Look at Roosevelt's face and the torch on the back. If they appear weakly struck, you could have a jackpot coin. Weight difference, a normal Roosevelt dime weighs 2.27 grams, but these rare error dimes might be slightly heavier or lighter. You'll need a digital scale to check. Let's get to the money part. How much is this coin actually worth? One of these rare 2001 P. Roosevelt dimes sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $90,000. Yes, you heard that right, just one dime turned into a small fortune. The reason? Serious coin collectors and numismatists are always on the hunt for these rare mint errors, and when demand is high, prices skyrocket. Mint condition or uncirculated examples could be worth even more. If your dime has minimal wear and sharp details, you could be looking at a potential six-figure payday. Alright, so you've checked your coins and think you have one of these rare dimes. Now what? Verify your coin. Take it to a reputable coin dealer or get it certified by a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Get it appraised. Coin grading services can tell you exactly how much your dime is worth based on its rarity and condition. Sell it at an auction. Websites like Heritage Auctions, Stax Bowers, or even eBay have sold rare error coins for tens of thousands of dollars. Imagine turning just 10 cents into $90,000. That's the power of coin collecting. Who knows? Maybe right now, in your change jar, your car, or your wallet, you're holding one of these rare dimes, so, do yourself a favor, check your dimes. And if you find anything interesting, leave a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more valuable coin discoveries. I'll see you in the next video. Roosevelt dime from 2009 could be worth a jaw-dropping $680,000? Yes, you heard that right. A single 10-cent coin, barely bigger than your fingertip, has made one lucky collector an absolute fortune. But why? What makes this coin so incredibly valuable? Stick around because today, we're diving deep into the story of the 2009 P. Roosevelt dime and why it's worth big money. You might even have one sitting in your pocket right now. Before we talk about this rare and valuable 2009 P dime, let's quickly go back to the origins of the Roosevelt dime. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, replacing the Mercury dime. It was created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led the U.S. through the Great Depression and most of World War II. But did you know that this coin was also made as a tribute to Roosevelt's fight against polio? That's right, the dime was chosen because of Roosevelt's connection to the March of Dimes Foundation. From 1946 to today, the design hasn't changed much. It features Roosevelt's portrait on the obverse, and the torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. But every now and then, the U.S. Mint makes a mistake, and that's where things get really interesting. Alright, let's fast forward to the year 2009. This was a time of economic turmoil. The Great Recession was in full swing, and the U.S. Mint was making fewer coins due to lower demand. That alone makes 2009 dimes somewhat scarce, but that's not the reason one of these coins became worth $680,000. So what happened? Well, one specific 2009 P. Roosevelt dime has a rare and unexpected mistake that makes it extremely valuable. Show close-up images of a standard 2009 P dime and then zoom in on an error variety. So why is this tiny coin worth almost $700,000? Well, it's because of a mint error that should never have left the U.S. Mint. Here's what makes this specific dime incredibly rare: its missing key details. The rim is different, and parts of Roosevelt's face and the lettering appear slightly off. So remember, if you find a strange-looking 2009 P dime in your change, don't spend it. You might be holding a life-changing fortune. Alright, so now you're probably wondering, how can I tell if I have this dime? Great question. Here's what you need to do: look for a 2009 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark, Philadelphia Mint. You'll find the mint mark right below Roosevelt's neck. Check for oddities. Does the dime feel different? Does the edge look strange? Are there missing details? If you think you might have one, take it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can confirm if you have a valuable error coin, and remember, one of these coins has already sold for $680,000. Who knows? The next one could be yours. The 2009 P. Roosevelt dime is just one example of how a simple mistake at the mint can turn an ordinary coin into a six-figure treasure. It's crazy to think that something so small, worth just 10 cents, can be so valuable, but that's the magic of coin collecting. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing coin discoveries. And hey, drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin in your change. Have in your pocket right now could be worth life-changing money. But what makes this dime so special? Is it rare? Is it a mint error? Or is there something hidden in plain sight? Stay tuned, because I'm about to reveal everything you need to know about this valuable coin, and how you might have one sitting at home. Before we jump into the insane value of this 2021 P. Roosevelt dime, let's take a quick look at the history of the Roosevelt dime. The first Roosevelt dime was minted in 1946, replacing the Mercury dime. Why Roosevelt? Well, Franklin D. Roosevelt was not only the 32nd President of the United States, but he also played a major role in the fight against polio, a disease that affected thousands of Americans. In honor of his legacy, the U.S. Mint designed a dime featuring his profile, and it's been in circulation ever since. But not all dimes are created equal. Some of them are incredibly valuable, and that brings us to the 2021 P. Roosevelt dime that's worth nearly $1 million. So what makes the 2021 P. Roosevelt dime so special? After all, millions of these dimes were made at the Philadelphia Mint in 2021. But here's where it gets interesting: only a handful of super rare error dimes have been found that have a jaw-dropping mistake. One of these ultra-rare 2021 P. Roosevelt dimes recently surfaced, and collectors were absolutely shocked when it sold for $900,000 at auction. But what was wrong with it? And how can you tell if you have one? Let's break it down. There are three key features that make this 2021 P. Roosevelt dime so valuable. Major mint error: this dime has a double strike error, meaning it was stamped twice at the mint. This is incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. Off-center strike: instead of the normal centered design, this dime was struck way off-center, making it a one-of-a-kind rarity. Flawless condition: the grading agency PCGS gave this dime a perfect MS 70 rating, meaning it is in pristine, uncirculated condition. That's almost unheard of. Because of these three factors, this little dime turned into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery, fetching an astronomical price at auction. Now, here's the million-dollar question. Could you have a $900,000 dime in your pocket right now? The answer is maybe. But you have to check carefully. Here's how you can check if your 2021 P. Roosevelt dime is worth big money. Look for the P mint mark. It should be just above the date. Examine for double strikes. Use a magnifying glass to check if there's any doubling on Roosevelt's face or the lettering. Check for off-center strikes. If the design is not perfectly centered, you might have a rare error coin. Get it graded. If you think your dime has errors, send it to PCGS or NGC for official grading. A high-grade error coin could be worth thousands. And guess what? This 2021 P dime isn't the only Roosevelt dime worth big money. Here are some other valuable dimes you should look for. These dimes may seem ordinary, but they can be worth a fortune. So there you have it, folks. The 2021 P. Roosevelt dime that sold for $900,000 is a reminder that hidden treasures are all around us. Whether it's in your pocket, your piggy bank, or your grandparents' old coin jar, you never know when you might strike gold, well, in this case, silver. Now, before you go check your dimes, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more coin videos, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on the next big money coin discovery. Who knows? The next millionaire coin might be hiding in your pocket right now. Could you be carrying a hidden fortune in your pocket right now? What if I told you that a simple 2022 Roosevelt dime, yes, just one dime, sold for an unbelievable $333,000? That's right. You might be holding one of the rarest modern coins without even knowing it. Stay tuned as we uncover the secrets behind this incredible find, the history of the Roosevelt dime, and how you can check your coins for big money. The history of the Roosevelt dime. Before we dive into the big money mystery of the 2022 D. Roosevelt dime, let's take a quick look at its history. The Roosevelt dime has been in circulation since 1946, introduced to honor the 32nd President of the United States, Franklin D. Roosevelt. Roosevelt was deeply involved in the fight against polio, and the March of Dimes campaign played a huge role in funding research. That's why his face was chosen for the dime, a tribute to his efforts in ending polio. Since then, billions of Roosevelt dimes have been minted, and most are only worth their face value. But some rare errors and special varieties can be worth a fortune, just like the 2022 D. Roosevelt dime we're talking about today. What makes the 2022 D. Roosevelt dime worth $333,000? Alright, let's get straight to the juicy details. The 2022 D. Roosevelt dime was minted at the Denver Mint, which produced millions of these coins. However, there's one particular variety that has coin collectors going crazy, so crazy that one of these coins recently sold for $333,000 at auction. So, what makes this dime so valuable? Here are the key factors. The biggest reason behind this sky-high price is a mint error. Certain 2022 D dimes were struck on the wrong planchet, or even on a special experimental metal composition. These errors make the coin extremely rare. Some mistakes include off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing double dies, where the image appears doubled, missing clad layers, making the coin look copper or silver instead of normal. Wrong planchet errors, the coin is struck on a different metal, making it unique. If you spot one of these errors on your dime, don't spend it, get it checked. Some 2022 D. Roosevelt dimes may have been accidentally struck using a silver planchet instead of the regular copper-nickel one. If a dime is 100% silver, it could be a mistake that turns it into a six-figure treasure. A similar dime with a rare silver composition sold for $333,000. To check if your dime is special, try this simple trick: use a jeweler's scale to weigh it. A normal 2022 Roosevelt dime should weigh about 2.27 grams. If your coin is significantly different, it could be worth a lot of money. Even if your dime has an error, its condition is a huge factor in its value. The $333,000 dime was graded MS 69 by PCGS, a near-perfect condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. Want to know if your dime is valuable? Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to get it authenticated. Now, the big question: how can you find one of these valuable dimes? Here's what you need to do: check your change. Look at dimes from pocket change, cash registers, or coin rolls. Use a magnifying glass to spot any errors like doubling or missing details. Weigh the coin. If it's heavier or lighter than normal, it could be rare. Look for strange colors. Silver or copper-toned dimes might be special. Get it appraised by a coin expert or submit it to PCGS for grading. It only takes one lucky find to change your life forever. So there you have it, the 2022 D. Roosevelt dime that sold for an astonishing $333,000. Could you be the next lucky person to find one? Start checking your change, tell your friends, and who knows? You might just be sitting on a fortune. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more coin hunting.